Hello, this is Neil from iPaintGirls.com, and we'll be drawing someone running at us in a front view. Well, I guess they're running at us, so of course it's front view. Anyway, I had recorded this whole thing, and then I had forgotten to put the microphone on, so there's no audio. So I have to re-record, and so might as well just leave that there and draw another one. So the main thing to keep in mind is foreshortening. That's what we're going to be doing a lot of, like how this arm goes back, this arm comes forward a little bit, and so it's foreshortened. This leg is foreshortened. And basically how to look at foreshortening is, let's first imagine that we have a cylinder, and the cylinder is shaped like this. And now if I want to look at that from directly in a front view, all I would see is the front. And if this was shaped more like this, where the back was a little bit bigger and the front was a little bit smaller, let's say like that, and I'm looking at it from this view, this is from that view, then I'm going to see the front and I'm going to see some of the back. And it's going to be kind of shaded, out, right? So this is from a direct line of sight right down the center, like that. However, if I'm looking at it more like this, at a slight angle, then it's going to look a little bit different. I'm going to see the front still. The front might start to get a little bit ovalish, because what happens with a circle, as you begin to look away from it or look above it, the circle, when you're looking directly on a circle like that, it looks like that. As you begin to go up and up and up, then the circle is going to get more and more oval until all you see is the line when you're looking straight down on it. Alright, so that's important to understand about foreshortening. And then what will happen as we come up here is we're going to be seeing less of the bottom, less of this part here, and more of the top. So it's going to kind of come like that. That's horribly drawn, but you get the idea. Let's say the light's coming from the top, so most of that will be lighter. And say the light's coming from that direction. Anyway, so there you go. That's how it would be. And then as you begin to come up more, you would begin to see less of this, and you would see more of this part here. Now it's starting to look more like a cylinder, but it's still tapered. Like that. So that's how foreshortening works. And you can imagine that being part of the arm. The arm's kind of has that shape to it. And so when the arm is directly straight at us, all you see is the fist, and then you might see a little bit of the arm back there. Then you'd see the arm sideways over here like that. And as the arm starts coming down like this, you would see more of this part, then you'd see the fist and the arm over there, and so forth. And then if it was no foreshortening, you would see the full length of the arm. Maybe the fist can be bent toward us still. Probably not. Probably be hard for a human to do that, and like so. So that's how foreshortening works. Think of also things overlapping, like you have two spheres, right? And then you want to look at them from the front, or let's go ahead and do it this way. You want to look at them from the front, let's say. Then you would just see one sphere. And if I was slightly looking like this, you would see one sphere, and then you would see a little bit of the sphere behind it, like that. And so overlapping is another idea, or not another idea, it's another part of how to look at foreshortening when you're drawing it. Let's go ahead and get rid of all that. And so you're going to draw the front view is, you want to imagine what does a person look like from the side view first when they're running. It's pretty easy to draw anything from the side view. So draw a person from the side view running. You kind of have an angle, their head's going to be kind of up. You're going to have, one arm coming back, one arm will be, up. We won't be able to see it over there, like that. And then you would have one leg coming forward like so, and then one leg kind of coming back like that. And that would be a side view of the running, right? Once you have the side view of the running, then you kind of know, okay, now I know this leg's going to come forward, that leg's going to go back, this arm's forward, that leg's back. No, it's opposite. So if the left arm's forward, then the right leg's forward. Left leg's back, right leg is back. So it's like opposites are the same. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully I have enough time to do this now. I like to start out with targets, so I know kind of where I'm going here. I like to make my legs a little bit longer than my torso with my bodies, even though it's not totally realistic. I just think it looks cool, so that's what I usually do. Again, I'm going to kind of do my hip trick there, and then the triangle wedge. Kind of draw that. Let's get the head in here. Shoulders are kind of being pushed up, so I start with this kind of shape here, and then I'm going to do my triangle if I know kind of where the breast would be. And I'm probably going to have to end up bringing that down more. We'll see what happens. Just a second. And I like to do all this that way I know. And don't be afraid to have the hand be as big or even bigger than the face. It's not a big deal, because what's happening is, even if you're looking at a reference, and the reference, the hand doesn't look bigger than the face. In the reference, it looks small because it's not doing this forced perspective, foreshortening thing with the hand. But I want to really bring the hand forward, so I make it bigger, and actually, I think it's more dramatic, and it usually makes for a better image. So even if your reference image doesn't do that, try it anyway. That is, try to make this come out bigger and make the hand bigger. And the easiest way to do it is to draw the big circle for the hand first. You can get really exaggerated. You can, just depends. So draw the target, the circle for where the hand's going to be, or even more of a square, whatever. Whatever shape you want to use, and then draw this piece attaching to it, because it'd just be easier to do it that way. And then when you're doing the leg, remember the leg kind of comes in this way. So legs kind of come in that way. I really want this to be really foreshortened, because it's kind of coming back. And so you want to make sure that if you're looking at a reference of any type, make sure that you look at the reference and go, okay, how far down from here to here is it? And how much distance from the knees? Now I know from experience of drawing, the forward running view, that this knee is going to be lower than this knee in this perspective as the person's running toward me. And so I want that target knee to be way down there somewhere, and then I would have that, and my target foot would be down here, like that. And I also want to kind of bring this foot bigger, and then this foot will be tiny back there, like that. And that's also forcing the perspective to come out toward me. That's pretty much it. I mean, now it's just a matter of adding the details and anatomy and stuff, but the foundation is there, and it looks like it's working. I don't think I really need to change anything. So that's really all there is to it. The forward view isn't that hard once you have, or the forward view of a running stance, once you have an understanding of foreshortening. And once you get good at foreshortening, doing different types of poses becomes a lot easier. So definitely practice foreshortening. Do a lot of live drawing classes, and draw from references, from photos and stuff, where you can begin to get a feel for it. And I'm going to bring this brush, because her breasts are going to be going this way. Her hair I'm going to have going the opposite way, even if it's not realistically supposed to be going that way. I want it going that way. And I kind of want it to where she's going up, right? She's on her way up, pushing off this foot. And since she's on her way up, pushing off this foot, this hip is going to come up higher. That's the hip she's pushing all her weight on, so it's going to be higher. This hip is going to be less low. This is all going to be bent and squashed in. That would be like her belly button and stuff. So this leg is going to be a lot more loose. Have the leg come off there. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, that's right. Anyway, so what I was going to say was then that since her weight is being pushed up like that, and she's this arm's kind of coming this way, and that arm's kind of going back, then her breasts are going to be swinging. And also her breasts are going to be, when you go up, your breasts go down. Same thing with the hair as you go up. But the hair was up, and it's on its way down. So the heavier part of the hair is going down. This part is going to come down last. Things you learn when you learn animation and stuff. It takes a while to study a lot of animation, and animation is very useful to study if you're going to be doing a lot of comic book type stuff and everything. and you don't have time to like go look at references and go, well, how does the hair look in, in this case and whatever. I'm not even gonna bother doing the detail of the hand and stuff, because I can already tell I'm not gonna have enough time. This breast here is going to be just kind of pushing that way, but it's not actually going to be swinging. It's swinging that way, but it's going to look more like this, because this is more of a side view, so you can kind of see it swinging that way. This one you can't, so it's all of it's being pushed up here. I want to make sure I get her shoulder muscle in there. Some more, actually her bicep should be more like that. That one over there is wrong. You can kind of see that in their bicep would be more like that. I want to bring this part of the arm out. Have the elbow back there. The elbow might even be more over there actually. Shoot. Let's see. Anyway, something like that. You'll be able to see part of the wrist there. I want the knuckle here, 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 here. And kind of bring this part of the hand in shadow. And so you have 1, 2, 3 parts of the fingers, right? So it's just this first part that you're actually going to see. Kind of put a little bit of space between those knuckles just to add some coolness. And then the thumb, since when you make a fist, the thumb goes across the middle knuckles, so that's how the thumb, it wouldn't be, it never goes across these knuckles. That'd be like almost impossible to make a fist like that. You can try it right now if you want. It's very difficult. Remember, you have the leg muscle. It's good to learn muscles of legs, and the reason why, because it'll help you when drawing things like this. Why does this line come in here and like that and overlap when people often draw the female leg? The reason why is because of the muscles. You have this big muscle here, right? Then you have this muscle here, and then you have this muscle that comes here. And so what happens is it causes this line to come like that. And I'm going to just kind of hint at where the knee is there. Come down with the shin bone. Just kind of hint at the knee on this one. Kind of the ankle back there a little bit, and then just part of her shoe. Like I said, I'm not going to do any details on this one. I already know, like I said, I don't have time to do it because I'm running out of time. When I do the foot, I usually always start with that thing there, and then now I'm going to kind of draw like I'm doing high heels, like you have her foot and then the toes. And then since we're kind of looking down at this part, you won't really be able to see any of the under part of the foot there. Okay, I'm just about out of time. And that looks about cool, so and if you can add, and then once you have this kind of sketch down and you think you've worked out the anatomy and everything, and you can even start working out the shading. I really want to be able to see some of that because her shoulders are kind of coming out like that, and then the neck is here, and so collarbone like that. So you're kind of seeing some of the back muscles, the trapezius, whatever. I don't even know. I don't try to remember the names of muscles. I'm not a doctor, damn it. And I don't see the point. Why memorize the names of muscles? Is it going to help me draw them better? Hell no, it's not. It's a waste of my brain space. I don't see any use to know the proper names of all these muscles and bones and ligaments and tendons and stuff. It's just crap, useless information. I don't want to. I think my brain space is valuable. I don't want to waste it on crap I don't need to know. But I'm not saying it's a bad thing to know the names of muscles if you want to, but I just don't see a point for me to know them personally because I'm never going to use it. It's not going to help me draw them better, and I'm never going to use the information in any other part of my life. Alright, thank you for watching. Time's up, so give it a shot at drawing that forward view and do forced perspectives, and you'll probably get some good results. Please click the thumbs up if you found this tutorial helpful. I appreciate it.